Welcome back to my channel. You already know it's your boy Hood Digital, the Rock Reactor, back with another video. Yes, sir. Before I proceed, let me know where you tapping in from. Let me know what country, what city, what mountain, what hill, what cave, what island, what planet, what universe. Let me know where you at. Represent your hood. Yes, sir. Cambodia. This is for you. Stand up. My Khmer people, stand up. Cambodia's inside and outside of Cambodia. Stand up. The rest of the world for peace in Cambodia. Stand up. That's right. As you guys already know, President Trump is doing his Asian visit. And he wants to do a lot of things. I think his main goal is, his most important goal is to get shit right with Xi Jinping. He wants to make sure him and China come up with some type of deal. And he wants to get shit right with China. I think that's the most important thing. He wants to see what can change between the relations between the States and China. He also wants to meet, as he said, he would want to meet with Kim Jong. But I think meeting with Kim Jong will not resolve anything. That would just basically be a hype, a world hype for people to get views and for, media hype, basically. He wants to put that in history. But I think President Trump means well. President Trump means well. He wants peace. He's just a little bit radical. He's over the edge, which is not a bad thing, guys. It's not a bad thing. Now, let's get down to the nitty gritty. President Trump oversees the signing of Thailand and Cambodia peace deal. I am so happy for this. I am happy for this, but I'm happy, but I'm not too optimistic about this because I'm hoping this doesn't happen like it happened with Hamas-Israel issue, where as soon as he turned his back, it was right back. So I really hope that this really sticks. I hope whatever peace deal they made, it sticks. And you know that President Trump, he'll do it, but then when they start fighting again or whatever, that's when he starts getting at them with the tariffs and whatever, and he starts hitting them at the pocket. So President Trump is not playing. Somebody said it. Some lady said it. I forgot her name, but she said it. That Trump is not playing, and Trump is not playing because Trump will do something and until they force his hand. Like Putin. Putin is about to make drive Trump over the edge. But anyway, guys, let's get right to it. And before we do, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the screen. Let's get right to it. Trump oversees signing of Thailand, Cambodia peace deal.
Malaysia for the first stop of his week-long Asia tour.
And the peacemaker-in-chief hit the ground running, already overseeing the signing of the historic peace deal between Cambodia and Thailand.
Lucas Tomlinson is live in Malaysia following the president. Joins us now. Good morning, Lucas.
Morning, Lucas.
Well, good morning, guys, and good morning, Rachel. President Trump beginning his three-nation Asian swing, really four if you want to include Qatar. When President Trump made a brief stop for fuel, and the Emir and Prime Minister of Qatar came aboard Air Force One. But let's get to the itinerary. As you just said, President Trump is here in Malaysia today and just presided over a formal peace accord ending the conflict between Cambodia and Thailand. He heads to Japan tomorrow to meet Japan's new conservative Prime Minister, the first female leader of Japan who loves heavy metal, and Margaret Thatcher. Then it's off to South Korea Wednesday. Here was President Trump earlier here in Malaysia.
Today's signing represents just one of 8 conflicts that we've ended in 8 months of the Trump presidency. I'm very honored to have done it. We saved millions of lives. I'm here on a mission of friendship and goodwill, and to deepen our ties of commerce, to strengthen our common security, and to really promote strongly stability, prosperity, and peace for all of the countries in this room and long beyond this room.
Now, here are the details of the accord bringing peace to neighboring Southeast Asian nations. Thailand releases 18 Cambodian soldiers, the removal of heavy weapons from the border region. Malaysian troops will ensure the fighting does not restart. Now, here's a list of the conflicts ended in Trump's second term. Israel and Hamas after the Libyan.
Hold up, guys. Let me rewind this real quick. I want to see what the peace deal is. Thailand releases 18 Cambodian soldiers. Removal of heavy weapons from the border region. Malaysian troops will ensure fighting does not restart. Okay, I like this. I like this.
Neighboring Southeast Asian nations. Thailand releases 18 Cambodian soldiers. The removal of heavy weapons from the border region. Malaysian troops will ensure the fighting does not restart. Now, here's a list of the conflicts ended in Trump's second term. Israel and Hamas after the living hostages were released. Israel and Iran, Pakistan and India, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC.
See, but why they even counted Israel and Hamas? They're back fighting again already. They're already attacking each other, so I don't get it. I don't know about these other ones, okay? I don't follow the other ones, but the Israel and Hamas, I don't know, man. That's just a matter of time because before it goes full-on conflict again.
Thailand and Cambodia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, Egypt and Ethiopia, Serbia and Kosovo. Now, there's already been at least one viral moment shortly after the president's arrival here in Malaysia, and a scene reminiscent of his arrival in the Middle East in May, Trump doing his famous dance with the locals, and everybody seemed to be having a good time. Now, hanging over this visit to Asia, things get serious. The expected meeting between President Trump and the General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party.
Okay, so let's rewind that. I want to see President Trump was doing some boogie woogie. Let's get it.
The locals, and everybody seemed to be having a good time. Now,
there you
hanging
go.
over this visit to Asia.
See, you just want to go viral. You know that's going to go viral right there.
Things get serious. The expected meeting between President Trump and the General Secretary of the Chinese.
See, this is what he really went out there for. This is the main meeting what he went out there for. He want to make sure shit is right with Xi Jinping and the Chinese and the trade and everything. This is his main objective right here.
Chinese Communist Party, Xi Jinping in South Korea. It's the first face-to-face meeting between global superpowers. Trade and tariffs will be on the agenda, of course, and rare earths minerals. Also, America's soybeans. Last year, China purchased $13 billion worth of American soybeans. This year, zero. Now, in the background, over the past few days, including today, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Trump's top trade rep, Jamieson Greer, have been meeting with their Chinese counterparts here in Malaysia. China's leader is not here, of course, Xi Jinping, but those meetings are going on behind the scenes. We should have an update on those talks later this morning, guys.
Lucas.
Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you so much. This is amazing, of course. President Trump, by the way, about the peace deals that he's done all over the place. He said, I shouldn't say it's a hobby because it's so much more serious than a hobby. But it's something that I'm really good at, and it's something I love to do. And then while he's at it, he takes a jab at the UN, who he's already mad at because they almost caused him to get injured on that escalator up when they stopped it. Somebody did something. And let me tell you, I talked to him after. He was very angry about that. So here's what he says about the UN. But I mean, the UN has such great potential. Wish they could do it.
I don't know who needs to hear this, and some people are probably going to be mad at me with what I'm about to say, but there's no way Kamala Harris would have pulled this off. There's no way Kamala Harris would have gotten the international respect that President Trump has. There is just no way. There is no way. I couldn't picture that. She would have done something, but she wasn't going to have this much respect. The thing is that President Trump has a lot of respect worldwide. President, it's not just about the fact that he's the American president. It's just that President Trump commands respect, and he has a lot of respect. I mean, I'm sorry to whoever does not want to hear this, oh, you anti-Trumps. I am very sorry, respectfully, please respect my opinion. But I don't see Kamala Harris would have done half of this shit Trump is doing.
But they didn't get involved with us at all. We just did the deal, reported the deal, and everyone was amazed. So that's what you're getting out of him. I have to tell you guys, he's basically saying we don't need the UN. I got this. And I just keep thinking about him after, guys.
Yeah.
You notice President Trump is the tallest dude there. You know, everybody else is mad short. And President Trump, he's the tallest one. And then he's trying to move up like that. He want to make sure he's the tallest one by far.
Maybe he should just get into divorce mediation, because the kind of mediation and
He has experience on all ends.
on all ends of it, maybe he'll be the next divorce judge, television show.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it would be a great reality.
It would be a
TV
great
show.
reality show.
Well, and on a serious note, as we look at the shot of kind of the class photo, as they say, and these are all the Asian nations, right? This is the Association of the Southeast Asian Nations. But all of these countries have seen an encroachment of China, a really building up of China in the South China Sea. And so they're looking not to the UN, they're looking to one man to try and align with. And that's why you're seeing Japan, South Korea. These are important stops, particularly in Japan, where the new first female prime minister, Sanae Takaichi, who is this heavy metal drummer, that is being compared to Sanae Takaichi.
I'm so impressed. I've actually never been more impressed with you.
But, this dance right here, this was the moment that stood out for me. I mean, that is how he is received around the world. Lest we forget how far we've come. When the previous president had a musical dance, he didn't even have to travel. It was just on the White House lawn. And there, it just froze. Completely froze. I mean, it paints a contrast that had Biden stayed in and won, he would be over there at a time when, while you can, laugh at this comparison and contrast, it's also such a serious thing. And President Trump, by the way, Lucas was talking about the rescuing soybean farmers. They're really hurting. On Air Force One, on the way over, he talked about what happens if, for some reason, he can't reach a deal with China. Listen to this.
Will you discuss purchases of Russian oil with Xi Jinping? Are you worried about the Chinese?
I may be discussing it, but China's. I don't know. You probably saw it today. China's cutting back very substantially on the purchase of Russia oil, and India's cutting back completely. And we've done sanctions. Thank you very much, everybody. By the way, very, very respectful. I appreciate it.
Mr. President, can you talk about what you hope to walk away from with the meeting with President
China?
Xi? Yes. What are you hoping to walk away?
I think a complete deal. I want our farmers to be taken care of, and he wants things also. We're going to be talking about fentanyl, of course. Fentanyl is killing a lot of people. A lot of people. It comes from China. And we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about a lot of things. I think we have a really good chance of making a very comprehensive deal.
Wow, Charlie, that was a really important point stuck in there. He's getting the Chinese.
Guys, I have to say this also. It's that the numbers are speaking for itself. Actions are speaking for itself, guys. And I'm just talking about my perspective. Like I said, I'm not in the United States, and I know there's a lot of internal issues going on with Trump, and a lot of people disagreed with his internal politics. But as far as his external politics, as far as his international politics, it's fucking amazing, guys. You gotta agree that Trump is trying to do good. Look, he's going to China to talk about that fentanyl problems. Guys, maybe I'm wrong, but I have never heard of Biden or any other president going to China to try to stop the fentanyl issue, to try to really stop the drugs from going inside the United States, which is probably impossible. I know it's probably impossible to stop all the drugs from going to the United States. That's going to be totally impossible, but he's doing it. He's working on it. You got to give it to Trump, guys.
To stop buying Russian oil. Yeah. That is huge. So first, the first thing he was trying to do with all the Ukraine war situation, China aligning with Russia, we brought them together in that war. And then in the peace deal, I think President Trump was trying to bring Russia in, and that's not working. So now he's like, all right, I'll separate China from Russia, because he has the economic power and strength to do that, because I think Xi Jinping knows He's weaker than ever, and President Trump will do anything he has to do to win, and they believe it.
Yeah, and part of, I think, President Trump's diplomacy has always been a recognition that America's economic power is even more powerful than our military power. And he's not afraid to use it. And of course, all of this happens at a time where there are rumors swirling around, real concerns about Xi Jinping's grip on power in China, real questions about whether or not, because obviously China has all kinds of problems that we don't know a lot about just because it's a pretty closed-off society, but they have real problems on their hands, like generational problems on their hands. And you know that Trump recognizes all of that and recognizes that he can use this moment where Xi Jinping faces these problems to our advantage, to America's advantage, to the advantage of the world, whether it is dealing with Russia and breaking up that alliance, or dealing with fentanyl, or dealing with trade. And Trump is going to take advantage of every bit of that.
And every time he takes a trip like this, people are reminded, who do you want representing you in these trade deals, especially? And boy, just think about Kamala Harris there.
Wow, she said it. Oh, she said it. She said it. Hold on, let me rewind it. She said the same shit I said.
Every time he takes a trip like this, people are reminded, who do you want representing you in these trade deals, especially? And boy, just think about Kamala Harris there. And by the way, I love the dancing.
Even a blind man can see this shit.
Thank you for bringing back that old footage. I will do any story that brings back that old footage of Joe Biden. But the footage of President Trump, he's having so much fun.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
If Kamala Harris would have been in power, United States would have been sinking right now. United States would have been in a state, probably a civil war, and in a state of, I don't even know, fiasco. With all the illegal immigrants just going in, the borders are the open borders, and all the criminals going into the United States. Come on, guys. Come on. You can't, I mean, something else I was going to say, guys, before I go, is that Trump, not only does he command respect, but he knows how to apply that pressure. Because Trump is a businessman at heart. So, guys, you already know, man. And by the way, man, I really hope that this continue getting back to the peace in Cambodia. I'm rooting for Cambodia. I support Cambodia all the way. And Cambodia wants peace. Let's give Cambodia the peace that they need and deserve. Guys, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the screen. Peace for Cambodia, world peace, peace for Ukraine, peace, love, and God bless.